Welcome to Ed Blogcast with Bright Minds, produced by the Communications section of the Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational Training, where we give students a spotlight to shine. I am your host, Jonalee McIntosh. Thank you for joining us. Today, I am joined by Alexandria Ferguson of R.M. Bailey Senior High School and Mitchelle Simon of C.R. Walker Senior High School, who is a cosmetology student, and Ms. Ferguson is a clothing, construction, and craft student. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
Awesome. Now, I know both of you are part of the family and consumer science area. So what do you learn in clothing, construction, and craft?
In clothing, construction, and craft, we learn basic skills and technique with like sewing, threading a sewing machine, and how to sew on a straight or curved edge. We also are able to familiarize ourselves with measuring tools specifically used within the clothing construction area.
Awesome. And what about you, Mitchelle? What do you all learn in cosmetology at C.R. Walker?
Well, as a 10th grade student, we learn infection control, hairstyling, and communicational skills.
That sounds great. And what do you all like most about what you were taught in your respective areas? What do you enjoy most?
What I like most is that making a garment or a piece itself, like the confidence we get from, oh, I just made a shirt,
Right.
or yes,
That's great. And what about you, Michelle?
I really enjoy braiding because that's one of my hobbies. So even if I get distracted on something, I would just say, well, let me go and braid a hair.
Oh, that sounds great. So it's a way of like releasing stress or
Yes.
that sounds great. And why do you think it's important for people to learn more about your areas? Like, why do you think it's important for you to learn more in clothing, construction, and craft?
well, clothing construction and craft is a very essential skill. It's not just a skill that's not going to be used or tossed aside after you're done with school. It's a skill that you can use in your everyday life.
Right.
It's a skill that is gender neutral, so
Right.
both men and women can use the skill.
Right, and it's also needed
Yes.
in every field. Everyone wear
Every-
clothes
yes,
every day, so they need
Clothes
sewing done.
gets torn, clothes are not able to fit, and you may not have to carry it back to the shop. You can just make your adjustments yourself.
Awesome. And what about you, Michelle? How do you feel? Why do you think it's important for students like yourself to learn cosmetology?
Well, I think it's important and fun because cosmetology doesn't only have one path. It has multiple. You have massage therapists, a makeup artist, you have nail technician.
Awesome. And I know you mentioned nail technician earlier. Is that something that you're interested in? And how do you want to get into it? Do you have plans yet as to how you want to get involved in nail technician work?
Yes, because I have a little small business where I do hair. So
Awesome. So tell us, what's the name of your business?
well, I call it Shelly Boutique.
Oh, that's nice. And what do you all do? What do you do in that business?
I braid. So
Mhm.
anything that you need when it comes to braiding, I can do.
Awesome, that sounds great. And I know both of you do projects a lot in your field, in cosmetology as well as clothing and construction. What is a project that you've done that you feel like you're most proud about?
Well,
Alexandria.
unfortunately, I was unable to bring my piece with me, but my piece that I am most proud of would be my pillow. For Valentine's Day, we made a pillow with embroidery on the front of it. It was a small heart-shaped pillow, so I was able to learn and learn from my mistakes from the embroidery pieces that we did.
Awesome. And can you describe for us how did you make this pillow? Because a lot of us are not familiar with clothing, construction, and craft. So tell us how you were able to create this pillow.
So first, of course, we need the fabric. We got the fabric. My pillow was heart-shaped, like I said.
Wow.
So I took a heart piece and I cut it out into the shape of a heart. We sewed on the outside of it, a curved edge on the sewing machine, and after that is done, we would turn the pillow inside out and then stuff it.
Mm.
But before all of that, we would first embroidery the shape or anything. I did a Hello Kitty on my pillow.
Oh wow.
Yes,
Wait, so you like sew the
I
exact
drew
shape?
it. I drew it at first on the fabric piece, and we took the strips, the laces, and we embroidered the picture.
Oh wow. And were these products bought by yourself personally or the school supply stores?
We were supplied with the floss from our teacher. However, we had to buy the fabric.
Oh wow.
We were
And what about you, Michelle? What is a project that you've done in cosmetology at Sierra Walker that you are extremely proud about?
Okay, well, I did a soft touch curl on a synthetic hair with a cute top knot bun. We also did, we had a chart where we put different pictures of hairstyles on it.
Awesome.
And we had, I have a colorful mannequin, so I did a slick back ponytail with the color of pink braids, and both hairstyles were neat and slicked.
Oh wow. And I know you mentioned braids, and braids is something that a lot of people like now. They enjoy getting their hair braided. How do you feel the skills that you're using in cosmetology now and learning? How do you feel like that can help you in the future?
Creative thinking and communicational skills. Communicational skills because when I have my clients with me, I can tell them what is good for their hair and what is not good, how to treat and take care of it. And for creative thinking, I can make my own hair product and sell it.
Wow. Sounds like a millionaire is about to about to be in our presence soon. What about you, Alexandria? What do you feel um, is something that you're learning in clothing construction and craft that you can use in the future?
well. So overall, a big career can come out to be. You can be a seamstress or fashion designer. Since it is an essential skill, you can use those skills, and not everybody can sew, but everybody needs some adjustments to their clothes. So whether you're a seamstress or a fashion designer, people can come into you, and you could charge for your services.
Wow, that sounds like both of y'all are gonna be millionaires very soon, honestly. And what are y'all plans for the future? Do you have any plans to, go to college, or do you plan on just, being awesome at what you do now, like honing in on your skills? I know BTVI and, the University of the Bahamas are local colleges and they help, students like yourself to, build your skills. So what are your thoughts on that, and what is your plan in terms of, going into that industry?
I do plan to attend university. I plan to attend the University of Bahamas starting next year. However, I would like to take up a trade in by BTVI. I plan to do cosmetology. I also was interested in the cosmetology field.
Oh wow, that's nice. And what about you, Michelle? Do you plan on going higher in your learning of cosmetology?
Well, by the grace of God and His timing, yes, I do.
That's
I
great.
do want to go to college.
And do you want to study the same thing, or and
Yes.
why?
Well, I feel like I've already mastered braiding, so doing makeup or nails, I would love to do that. Make more money on the side.
Awesome. That sounds great. Now, what are some extracurricular activities that y'all are involved in? I know a lot of students use extracurricular activities as ways to learn more as well as take a break. So, what is something that you guys do, or clubs that you all are involved in? And tell us a bit more about it, Alexandria.
So as of right now, I am a part of the RBDF, Royal Bahamas Defense Force Rangers,
Awesome.
and within that program, they teach us basic communication skills, time management skills, respect. Yes,
Awesome. That sounds great. And what about you, Michelle? What type of extracurricular activities are you involved in?
Well, currently I am only in business, but like next year I do want to join Rangers, nursing, and also the girls club.
Awesome. And I know you mentioned the nursing cadets earlier. What is something that you feel like, is driving you towards joining the nursing cadet corps or organization as a high school student now?
Well, I want to be a gynecologist. I want to deal with
Awesome.
babies.
Oh, Why? Tell us why.
Well, I love babies.
Oh,
Just I
wow.
love babies. Like I take care of baby. Like I just love babies.
So you're passionate about, children, and
Hmm.
that's the future that you want for
Yeah.
yourself. That sounds awesome. And I know that you all are probably preparing for exams or national exams soon. So how is that going, and what do you plan on taking for the national exams?
For the national exams, I am a 12th grader, so I am taking BGCSEs this year. I plan to take a total of 7 subjects,
Wow.
including clothing construction and craft,
And what all are those 7 subjects?
geography, mathematics, biology, clothing construction and craft, food and nutrition, commerce, and
Wow. Okay,
yes,
that's
ma'am.
it. Okay, and what about you, Michelle? What are you being prepared as part of exams? How are you being prepared for it?
Well, I created a timetable, so
Awesome.
when I get home and like I probably get distracted, and I do have a reminder on my phone, like to tell me to study,
Hmm.
so I can be prepared for the exam.
Awesome. So, what other subjects do you all enjoy other than clothing construction and craft and cosmetology? What other subjects are there that you feel like this is something that I really love and enjoy?
Oh, my favorite subject would be mathematics. I do want to be a veterinarian in the future. So, for in order to be a veterinarian, maths and biology or sciences is a must. Therefore, I love maths. It's just that it's a thrill I get from solving questions. There's just numbers all over the paper.
Awesome.
That's just
What about you?
I also do enjoy math, and I say math because for me, how I want to own my business one day, I'm gonna know, how to budget my stuff, how to have everything organized on, when to buy or when to sell.
Awesome. And I know both of you mentioned multiple things that you all are interested in, and the fact that you would also like to be business owners very soon. So, how do you feel that you can network with other people who are doing business on massage therapy if you decide to begin a business very soon?
I would say you post all your work on social media, and sometimes you have other people that post their work also, so you can message them and talk to them from there.
Awesome. What about you?
you can, like she said, you can advertise. You can from you can get close friends who do the same thing. You guys can come together and you can plan events. Uh, have people from the neighborhood come in. You can give free services, to see if they like your work, and maybe they can come in. They could tell other people about you.
That's very true. And I know that Alexandria, you mentioned commerce and business is part of what you're studying as well. So, how do you feel studying business can help you to, I guess, better your business if you decide to go into clothing and construction in terms of advertising or, knowing how to budget? How do you think that would help you?
Well, like clothing, construction, and craft, business is also an essential topic. Like, if you want to be an entrepreneur, like many of us, most of us want to be entrepreneurs. And in order to be an entrepreneur, you need to know about what you're doing. So, business teaches us how to advertise, how to budget, how to take care of your business and how to look after it. So, with me learning business, and with me wanting to open up my own business in the future, I would be familiar with everything that I would need to do.
Awesome. And Michelle, I know that you mentioned that you have a business now. So, how do you feel like, you can use what you're being taught in school now to help your business to advertise or, learn about, time management or money management skills? Like, how do you feel like what you're being taught can help you in the cosmetology business that you have started, which is impressive?
Thank you. Well, I just braiding is just like something that I love. So being like dealing with business, I know I can handle it on my own, and so just like if I notice that this hairstyle that I'm doing, a lot of people like it, I can put the price like for a higher price, and to get what I need to get.
Awesome. And I know that a lot of people kind of choose, what they call white collar jobs, being a doctor or a lawyer or a business person, instead of going into like technical fields, in cosmetology or clothing construction and craft, because they feel like they would make more money in those areas as a doctor or lawyer. Um, how do you feel about that? And do you think it's true that, people in those areas make more money or can make more money than the people who do technical jobs?
Well, inevitably, it is an opinion because it really depends on how skilled you are. Like a fashion designer or a seamstress can make just as much money as someone who is a doctor or a nurse.
Mm-hmm.
It just depends on how skilled you are.
That's very true. What about you, Michelle? Do you feel like white collar jobs, the doctors and lawyers can or potentially make more money than people who are in technical fields? Because technical jobs are extremely in demand. People always want to get their hair braided or nails done. So how do you feel about that?
Well, some jobs they do make a high amount of money, but for me that want to own my business, like it depends on how much people you have a day. So you can have about up to 17 people a day, and that could be like almost close to the amount of money the people that are making, like who are lawyers.
That's very true because the business, like I said, people always need their hair done, they always need their nails done. So, how do you all look up to any people who are already in the field, whether it's a fashion designer that you look up to or hair braider, person who does nails? Is there anyone like that? Do you feel like, yeah, I see this person as the ultimate model for me and how I would want, to be?
Well, my cousin braids hair, and before I even was able to like do hair on my own, I would always watch her. I would always sit on the side of her, or like doing knotless, you would have to like pass the hair out. So when I'm passing hair to her,
Describe it for us, because some people don't know what that means when you mean like pass hair to a
Okay, so
person
like
who's
you
on
just
knotless.
take like it depends on the size the person want their knotless. So you just like take a piece of the hair and you just continue keep on adding until you get the size that the person want.
Right.
And so watching her do it and watching how tight she do it, or like sometimes people do knotless different. So some people are overhand and underhand.
Okay. So what type would you consider yourself?
I'm underhand.
Okay. What about you? Do you feel like there's anyone that you look up to in the clothing or fashion design area?
Since I am not too deep into the area, I look up to my teacher right now.
Oh, that's
It's,
such a nice response. I like that response. Yeah, who's your teacher and why do you feel that way?
My teacher is Miss Sasha Rose. She currently teaches me in clothing construction and craft, and I watch her as she teaches it, so I can see that she's very passionate about what she do. So therefore, I sit there and I try to take in as much information as I could, because I look at her and say, hey, I could make something out of this one day.
That's an awesome response. Thank you so much, Mrs. Rose, for being such an awesome teacher. And both of you mentioned that you would want to begin your business in the future. And social media is something that we all use. How do you feel that you can use social media to boost your business or help your business in the future?
You advertise your work. And then you could have like someone who's closer to you. You could ask them to advertise your work also, and they will do that.
Awesome. And how do you feel you would do these advertisements? Would it be pictures or just tell us a little bit more? How do you feel
people
about it?
go, they make flyers, but usually the minute I do a hair, I would automatically just advertise it and tell my friends to advertise it. And they probably would tell their friends to advertise it. So it just keeps on going on.
Awesome. So how do you feel like you would use social media to boost your business, Alexandria?
Clothing construction and craft, you would definitely need a model for your clothes. So you would ask somebody to come in, try on clothes. You can take pictures, take videos, and you can post them on the internet. You can ask persons to show people around, to show them your work, and you could ask them to recommend you.
Agreed. And business is not always easy, and both of you have expressed that you would want to pursue going into business in your particular field. So how do you think you would deal with those times when business isn't always booming?
Okay. the word business, having your own business, like you can get up whenever time you want, but you have to be consistent with it. You know that you want to own your business, so you can't just say, well, okay, I have my own business. I want to get up 12 o'clock and do hair. No, you have to get up like at least 8 o'clock. You know, have breakfast, have something, and then be able to do hair. And you can go throughout your day and do hair all day.
That's very true. That's very true. And what about you? How do you feel, you would deal with the times that gets rocky in business when you want to start your clothing business?
Okay, with business, some businesses you can handle on your own, small businesses, but you will always need help. So in hard times, you can ask a friend for help, support, emotional support, mental support, financial support. Anything you need, you can always ask for help in hand.
Awesome, that's very true. And both of you are a part of careers that are well needed. People, like I said, people always need, their clothes adjusted or their makeup and hair done. So, how do you feel you would deal with the demand of that? People always needing that type of service. How do you feel like you would deal with that?
You have to have the passion for it. So like some days it's gonna be rough and some days it's gonna be dry. But like some days you're gonna have where you're gonna have like up to 6 to 7 people, and some days you're gonna have like 2 or 1 people. So you just have to know like what time.
Awesome. What about you, Alexandria? How do you feel you would deal with, those times when, there's a lot of demand for your business, because those services are well needed, clothing, construction, and craft.
Well, like she said, you can ask for help once again, but you have to, like she said, you have to love what you do. You have to be passionate about it, because if you do not love what you do or you're not passionate about it, you're gonna get discouraged. You're gonna wanna quit. So therefore, if you love what you do, however you love what you do, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how much demands you get, you're gonna finish it.
Awesome, that's very true. And I know that in school you can be book taught, but the skills that you all are learning is very hands on. So, how do you feel you use the skills that you're taught, in everyday life and, apply that to what's going on in the world or, what you do in your free time or what you want to do in the future? How do you feel that you can apply the skills that you're learning now to what you would want to do in the future or even now today?
Doing it every day. Like some days you're gonna have days when you be like, I just want to go, because you're gonna have people that's always talking down on you. So you can't let that affect you on your business or what you want to do.
Alexandria?
With clothing construction, like I said, is a very essential skill. So therefore, it is a everyday thing. When females in particular, our hook and eyes pops a lot of our skirts, so we're going to need to sew that. And if you do not know how to sew, you can get a friend. You can get a friend that does know how to sew it for you. At home, my brother's bags, their school bags pops a lot. They get holes in their pants and stuff like that, and they come to me to sew it instead of going straight to mall.
Wow, that's amazing to hear from you lovely ladies who are doing your best in this area. Thank you so much for joining us. Well, we've come to the end of this very exciting episode of Ed Vlogcast with Bright Minds. Students, until next time, continue to shine.
Hello, my name is Janice Moss, District Superintendent of the Western New Providence Primary District. It is my privilege to serve the constituents found in the 12 primary schools, 4 preschools, and 3 special schools in this district. We have some of the most brilliant students, brightest and best teachers, visionary administrators, and supportive staff. Join me as I share some of our district's most proud and special moments with you.
Welcome to the great Aubrey Sale Primary School, home of the Blazers, where our motto is commitment brings excellence. During our last academic school year, we were committed to improving literacy and numeracy through exciting, engaging, and creative activities, inclusive of Mathemania, Read, Sip, and Draw, Character Parade, and lots of competitions. I am pleased to announce our goal was accomplished. At Aubrey Sale Primary School, we are committed to excellence.
Proactive, inclusive, innovative, and collaborative are all adjectives that aptly describe the Eva Hilton Primary School. I am Naria Halbert, Vice Principal at home of the Shockers, where we live by the motto, labor conquers everything. This year, we are celebrating with our physical education department, as both our boys and girls captured the National Public Primary School Golf Championships. Indeed, we are proud. We maintain that while it is better in the Bahamas, it is absolutely the best here at Eva Hilton Primary School.
My name is Mrs. Dolores Forbes. Our motto at Gambia Primary School is commitment brings success. One of the initiatives that we are proud of at Gambia Primary School is our farming project. Our former Prime Minister's wife, Mrs. Patricia Minnis, would have spearheaded this project. We were able to produce luscious vegetables as we teach our children how to farm and how to be proud of growing what they eat.
I'm Cosetta Johnson, principal of Garventines Primary School, home of the Knights. The 2021-2022 school year has been most challenging. Our staff, however, rose to the occasion and did as our motto suggests, making our better best. One Book, One Gavin is an initiative that was designed to develop a love for reading and to improve in reading comprehension. Every Monday after lunch, the entire school could be found reading the classic book, James and the Giant Peach. The initiative was a success, as we did note improvement in our reading comprehension scores.
I am Amanda Monker, principal of Stapledon School. Special people with a purpose. Stapledon School caters to students with intellectual disabilities, as young as 5 years and as old as 18 years of age. Our culture is one of our focus areas, and we are extremely proud of our extensive program, which includes the growing and reaping of a variety of crops, as well as poultry and egg production and aquaponics.
My name is Glendina Mills, principal of Sybil Strong Primary School, home of the Mighty Warriors. In March, our school hosted the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge in celebration of the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. We were elated to have been chosen to showcase our country's brightest and best. We also initiated a program to steer our royal students in the right direction through discipline, academics, sports, and skills development. That's We Kids. We are hopeful that this initiative will propel our students towards a legacy of success.
Hello, my name is Casharon Coakley and I am the principal of the terrific Tiny Tot Preschool. I'm turning the spotlight on our Science Day held under the theme, This Week Bahamian Things. My dynamic team took turns engaging students in experiments using our natural resources, the sun, sand, and sea. Students also participated in other activities, including story time at our Bahama Mama, enjoyed rake and scrape, and tested their cooking and tasting skills. It was an exciting learning event for all.
Hello, my name is Janice Johnson, principal of the legendary Yellow Elder Primary School, home of the Eagles. Yellow Elder has been synonymous in performing arts in this district for several years. It was because of their stellar performance that the Honorable Philip Brave Davis found it fit to come and visit our students here at Yellow Elder Primary. Yellow Elder Eagles continue to soar high above the rest.
There you have it. Despite the plethora of challenges encountered, our students were still exposed to and engaged in meaningful and fun activities. In the words of Aristotle, excellence is never an accident. It is always the result of high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent execution. It represents the wise choice of many alternatives. Choice, not chance, determines your destiny. Our team here in the Western New Providence Primary District continue to be dedicated to the success of every child in every classroom, in every school.